Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and across the world to set the tone for your day. From tracking CM Yogi's poll blitz to UN condemning violence in Colombia. Stay tuned as Republic TV brings you the ground realities of these developments. But that's not all. We'll also be bringing you the latest updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's kickstart today's mega news day here on Republic, as always with the nation first this quick morning. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will start electioneering for the February 5th Delhi Assembly polls from today. CM Yogi will address 14 public meetings in various assembly constituencies of Delhi. The BJP has planned his meetings in the constituencies dominated by the voters from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Again, in the upcoming assembly polls, he is likely to raise the issue of migrants as well as neglect of the areas dominated by the people from UP. CM Yogi is also likely to highlight the successful conduct of the Mahakumbh at Prayagraj. The death toll in Jalgaon train accident has risen to 11, with 6 others injured after the Karnataka Express hit passengers of the Pushpak Express. The incident unfolded when the passengers of the Pushpak Express stepped out of their coaches due to a suspected fire, and the Karnataka Express coming from the adjacent track hit them. Soon after the incident, ambulances, railway rescue vans and fire tenders were rushed to the site.
कुछ यात्री जो है वो ट्रेन से नीचे उतरे थे, उसी समय अपोजिट डायरेक्शन से आने वाली जो कर्नाटक एक्सप्रेस है उस गाड़ी की वजह से कुछ यात्रियों को इंजरी होने की जो घटना है वो हमारे सामने आई है। उन यात्रियों को हम लोग मेडिकल मदद पहुंचाने की प्रयास कर रहे हैं। स्थानिक प्रशासन है उससे भी मदद ली जा रही है। उसी के साथ में रेलवे की जो एक्सीडेंट मेडिकल रिलीफ वैन होती है वो भी भुसावल से ऑलरेडी निकल चुकी है और वहां पहुंचने में है। हम लोगों का प्रयास चल रहा है कि जिन यात्रियों को ये इंजरी हुई है उन यात्रियों तक जो मेडिकल हेल्प है वो हम जल्द से जल्द।
4 people, including 3 sisters, have been shifted to hospitals from the Badal village in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district, where a mysterious illness has claimed 17 lives over the past 1.5 months. As concerns grow over the mysterious deaths, a senior doctor part of the investigation informed that over 200 samples have been sent for testing to different institutes. During his visit to the United States for Donald Trump's inauguration, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar highlighted the strong and growing relationship between India and US. After high-level meetings with senior Trump administration officials, Jaishankar emphasized that the US administration is clearly prioritizing its ties with India. Jaishankar noted the very high degree of trust that exists between the two nations and described the special treatment extended to him as a clear sign of the Trump administration's commitment to strengthening the bilateral relations.
Trump administration was keen to have India present at the inaugural itself, and they're clearly prioritizing the bilateral relationship. They would like to build on the foundation of the relationship, a foundation which the first Trump administration also contributed a lot to building. Between us and the Trump administration, we approach the world both with a clear-eyed sense of our national interest.
Former MLA Anand Singh was attacked during a visit to Hemja village in Bihar's Mokama Assembly constituency. Singh, who was addressing public complaints in the village, came under fire from local criminals believed to be linked to the Sonu Monu gang. Despite the sudden attack, no injuries or fatalities were reported due to the presence of security personnel who ensured safety of Singh and others in the convoy. According to Bud ASP Rakesh Kumar, the police reached the scene after the attackers had fled. Authorities have recovered a shell from the location and an FIR is being registered to investigate the incident. In a major update in the safe stabbing case, Mumbai police have recovered the weapon used to attack the actor from the Bandra Talab, where the accused threw the knife after the attack. Additionally, the police recorded the statement of the barber who cut the accused's hair at a salon in Burli, Kolivada. The accused had gotten a haircut to change his appearance and dodged the police. Police have been investigating the case and have collected evidence, including 19 fingerprints from the crime scene, which match the accused's fingerprints. A clash broke out between two groups of youth Congress members at the Gandhi Bhavan over the allocation of party posts. Long-time members expressed frustration after key positions were given to new leaders from the Kothagudem district, who recently joined the party. Tensions escalated into violence, with both sides clashing before police intervened to restore order. Several workers were injured, though the extent of their injuries remains unclear. Kerala Congress MP Francis George announced his support for the proposed Waqf Amendment Bill in Parliament, pledging to take a positive stand on the matter. Speaking at the 100th day of the Munambam land struggle, George emphasized his commitment to justice and fairness, declaring that his party is ready to cooperate with anyone to uphold these principles. His statement was met with jubilation by the people of Munambam. Francis George also urged the centre not to succumb to pressure and to move forward with presenting the Waqf Amendment Bill.
One of the indie partner, Kerala Congress Joseph Group leader and Kottayam MP Francis George has announced support to Waqf Amendment Bill in Lok Sabha. Congress always says Waqf Amendment Bill against Muslims. We are happy to hear this announcement. We always with the Munambam people.
Union Minister Sukanta Majumdar criticized the state government's rush to move to Calcutta High Court regarding the Arjikod Medical College and Hospital rape and murder case verdict. Majumdar raised concerns over the urgency, suggesting the West Bengal government's actions aimed at silencing the key witnesses, including Sanjay Roy, whose testimony could implicate high-ranking officials. Majumdar alleged that Mamata Banerjee's government is trying to protect those involved.
देखिए, पश्चिम बंगाल सरकार की तरफ से बहुत जल्दबाजी दिखाया जा रहा है और ये जल्दबाजी बहुत डाउटफुल है, क्योंकि सीबीआई इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी है, सीबीआई के पास भी मौका है हायर कोर्ट में जाने के लिए। लेकिन जिस तरीके से पश्चिम बंगाल की सरकार जल्दबाजी कर रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि जैसे भी हो संजय का मुंह बंद हो जाए, वो चाहते हैं।
We are tracking the top business stories for the day. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape. From HDFC recording a net profit for the third quarter of FY 2024-25 to Hindustan Unilever Limited announcing the acquisition of Minimalist. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. HDFC Bank Limited, India's largest private lender, reported a net profit of Rs 17,656.61 crore for the third quarter of FY 2024-25, marking a 2.2% increase from Rs 16,372 crore in Q3 FY 24. HDFC Bank reported consolidated net revenue of Rs 65,280 crore for the quarter ended December 31st, 2024. Net interest income grew by 7.7% year-on-year to Rs 396.5 billion for the quarter, with a core net interest margin of 3.43% on total assets and 3.62% on interest-earning assets. Hindustan Unilever Limited announced the acquisition of Minimalist, a fast-growing premium beauty brand, as part of its strategy to strengthen its presence in the high-growth masstige beauty category. The company will acquire a 90.5% stake in Minimalist, with plans to acquire the remaining 9.5% within 2 years. HUL will acquire its majority stake through a cash consideration of Rs 2,670 crore, valuing the company at 2,955 crore. Additionally, a primary infusion of Rs 45 crore will be made to support future growth. Minimalist's current team, led by its founders, will continue to manage the brand in collaboration with HUL. The acquisition aligns with HUL's beauty and well-being division's focus on high growth and evolving consumer demand. The National Stock Exchange of India reached a major milestone. surpassing 11 crore unique registered investors as of January 20th, 2025. The total number of client codes registered exceeds 21 crore, reflecting a 3.6 times growth in the investor participation over the last 5 years. This growth underscores the rising interest in direct market participation. Indian stock markets have delivered positive returns for 9 consecutive years, boosting investor confidence. Indirect market participation has also surged with 3.7 crore SIP accounts opened between July and December 2024. Average monthly SIP inflows during this period rose to Rs 24,748 crore, up from Rs 19,972 crore in the preceding 6 months, reflecting increased investor engagement and confidence. Moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into the significant developments from around the world, from Democrats attacking Republicans over the abortion bill to Erdogan attending funeral of the ski resort fire victims. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. In a tragic incident, 1 person died and 2 others were injured in a knife attack outside a train station in Nagano in central Japan. Local police said a man in his 40s was stabbed and later confirmed dead at a hospital. A 37-year-old man and a 46-year-old woman were seriously injured in the knife attack. As police continue with their forensic investigations, the assailants' whereabouts remain unknown. Turkish President Erdogan travelled from capital Ankara to northern Bolu province to attend the funeral of the ski resort fire victims. The blaze at the Grand Kartal Hotel of Bolu province killed 76 people and injured 51. The president attended the funeral of members of a family who were related to his party official. The special representative of the UN Secretary General for Colombia condemned violence in the northeast of the country, which left at least 80 people dead. On the same day, Colombia's government reactivated arrest orders for the top leadership of the nation's largest rebel group, following attacks on civilians as part of a deadly turf war with dissident guerrillas. The clashes have been going on over seizing control of the coca-growing region bordering Venezuela.
I condemn these killings, which are an attack against peace itself. And I call again for armed groups to cease all actions that place at risk the civilian population, including community leaders and peace signatories.
Ukrainian troops on the front lines have called for more weapons to help them fight back against advancing Russian forces in the Donetsk region. Meanwhile, in Davos in Switzerland, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky met with leaders and officials in an effort to stir up support for Ukraine's fight against Russia. As he did so, US President Donald Trump threatened to impose stiff taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on Russia if an agreement didn't reach at the end of war in Ukraine, a warning that is likely to fall on deaf ears in the Kremlin. Senate Democrats knocked down the Republicans' efforts to invoke closure on a bill to pass care for infants born alive during attempted abortions. Before the Senate vote, Senate Democrats slammed the measure, saying instead of making people's lives better, Republicans were focused on anti-abortion, anti-women extremism. Doctors who violate the law would face fines and up to 5 years in jail. While Republicans gained control of the Senate, their 53-47 majority did not give them enough votes for the 3/5 majority or 60 votes needed for the closure.
Because Republicans are focused on just about everything except how to lower costs and make regular people's lives better. This week, they are not rolling out a health care plan or telling us how they're going to lower the cost of groceries. Instead, Republicans are pushing more unpopular anti-abortion extremism.
The Palestinian death toll from Israeli military operations in the Gaza Strip has risen to 47,161, with 111,166 others injured. The statement highlighted the rising casualties in the Palestinian enclave despite the first phase of a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas that came into effect on Sunday. In addition to the significant human toll, Israeli attacks have caused widespread destruction to Gaza's infrastructure. Meanwhile, The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees in the Near East reported that reconstruction efforts in Gaza are beyond the agency's capacity due to the scale of 15 months of damage. A female student was killed and another student was wounded. In a shooting in the Nashville High School cafeteria, the 17-year-old shooter, who was also a student at the Antioch High School, later shot and killed himself with a handgun. The incident raised concerns amongst family members of other students in the school.
Tried to get in contact with somebody, I couldn't call nobody, and I had took my son's phone for that weekend, and I didn't give it back to him, so I was nervous. I was really about to break down. But when I finally got up here, and a teacher called me, his English teacher called and told me that he was fine and he was at the school. So I've been waiting for about 3 hours for him.
The winter storm spreading snow, sleet and freezing rain across the southern United States has broken records, treating the region to unaccustomed perils and seasonal joy, from Texas through the deep south down into Florida and to North Carolina's Outer Banks. The snow and ice made for dangerous driving and inventive sledding. The Arctic air also plunged much of the Midwest and the eastern US into a deep freeze, grounding hundreds of flights. All right, viewers, it's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Today, we bring you the latest updates from the Champions Trophy, where PCB will be deploying 17,000 security personnel ahead of matches in Karachi, Lahore and Rawalpindi. Stay tuned as we unravel the story and keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. Mohammad Shami's much-anticipated comeback will be further delayed as the Indian pacer was not named in India's playing 11 for the first T20 international against England, fueling speculations whether national selectors are sanguine about his fitness. Ironically, the seemingly fit again 34-year-old pacer bowled for close to half an hour at the side nets, targeting stumps even as Indian skipper Suryakumar Yadav announced the playing 11 without including him after opting to bowl at the toss. After a stunning IPL 2024, Abhishek Sharma made his way into India's T20 international setup and has been regular in the team since. However, the 24-year-old has struggled with consistency and amassed only 256 runs in 12 T20 international matches he has played. Former cricketer Akash Chopra issued a warning and believes that the England series will be the last opportunity for Abhishek to get before the selectors move on. Pakistan Test captain Shan Masood is under consideration for the Champions Trophy squad after concerns grew over the availability of Saim Ayub due to his ankle fracture. Shan, who is presently leading Pakistan in the home series against the West Indies, last played in an ODI in May 2023, while his last T20 international appearance came in late 2022 in the World T20 Cup in Australia. At least 17,000 security personnel would be deployed for the ICC Champions Trophy matches in Karachi, Lahore and Rawalpindi from February 19th. According to sources, the Punjab government has started preparations to provide security round the clock for the participating teams, covering the team hotel as well as the match venues in Lahore and Rawalpindi. Pakistan fast bowler Haris Rauf on Wednesday returned to red ball cricket after over 2 years when he appeared in the President's Cup, the domestic first-class tournament. Haris, 31, primarily a white ball specialist, having appeared in 45 ODIs and 79 T20 internationals, turned out for the Sui Northern Gas team and also took 3 wickets in the first innings. His last appearance in a red ball match was when he competed against England in December 2022 in Rawalpindi, in which he went off the field after bowling just 13 overs. After a humiliating 3-1 defeat to Australia in the recently concluded Border Gavaskar Trophy, the BCCI issued new player guidelines for central contract cricketers. They have been encouraged to play domestic cricket more regularly, and BCCI also updated them about the new baggage policy and accommodation, among many other things. In the meantime, former Australia international Michael Clarke opened up on the matter and noted that it is a touchy subject for a few players who struggle to live alone. Defending champion Yannick Sinner beat Alex de Minaur 6-3, 6-2, 6-1 to advance to the Australia Open semi-final. The Italian wrapped up the match in only an hour and 48 minutes on the Rod Laver Arena and moved closer to his third career Grand Slam. Notably, Sinner crushed Minaur every time they faced. He now holds a 10-0 head-to-head record against the world number 8. Indian pacer Arshdeep Singh has shattered an all-time record of Yuzvendra Chahal in the first T20 international of the 5-match series against England. Arshdeep has created history as he became the highest wicket taker for India in T20 internationals. The left-arm speedster needed 2 wickets to go past Chahal's tally of 96 wickets, and he did so in his first 2 overs itself. Arshdeep sent back both the England openers Phil Salt and Ben Duckett in quick succession in the opening T20 international at Eden Gardens, Kolkata. Indian pace sensation Jasprit Bumrah remained the world number 1 test bowler after the latest update of the ICC rankings. Bumrah, who had created history by registering the career best rating points when Indian bowler at 907, sits on top of the bowlers' charts with 908 ratings. Meanwhile, Pakistani star Babar Azam has dropped a few places in the latest batters' rankings after poor performances in a first test match against the West Indies. Babar scored 8 and 5 in the 2 innings, which saw him drop 4 places to number 16. Striking the bars, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Today, we bring you highlights from the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Award nominations, where Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen are leading. This and more, we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. Megan Good is a season of harvest, reaping rewards from the hard work she sowed throughout her 3-decade career. She stresses her focus is not on recognition or major awards, but reaching the hearts of people. She said that she remained excited about her new show, Harlem, and the show was loved by her husband, Jonathan Majors, too.
I don't know if I look at it as much as like appreciation or not. To have any appreciation is, a gift, at the end of the day, and to have any support and any love and people who ride with you and have been riding with you since day one, that's a blessing.
Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen led the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Award nominations with 10. Followed closely by Kendrick Lamar, Sabrina Carpenter, and Post Malone with 9. The iHeartRadio Music Awards honor the most played artists of the year on its stations and app. This year, the show will also pay tribute to Los Angeles following the wildfires. Mariah Carey will be celebrated with the Icon Awards, spotlighting her record-shattering career. Fans can vote in several categories, including Best Lyrics, Best Music Video, Favorite Tour Style, Favorite Soundtrack, Favorite Broadway Debut, Favorite K-Pop Dance Challenge, Favorite Surprise Guest, Favorite Tour Tradition, Favorite Tour Photographer, and Favorite On-Screen. Keanu Reeves enjoys playing characters driven by grief, anger, and a thirst for revenge. While one's mind may think immediately of the hitman Reeves plays in the John Wick action franchise, this time it's someone entirely different. In 2024, Reeves voiced the troubled Shadow in animated sequel Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and described the experience as extraordinary.
The role has such a wide bandwidth of emotion. He's got grief, he's got anger, confusion, tenderness, wonder. And we did about 5 recording sessions and just kind of working on different versions of script, but also just kind of shaping the role. And it was a really extraordinary experience.
Trevor Noah will host the Grammy Awards show for the 5th consecutive time. The comedian, best known for hosting Comedy Central's The Daily Show, will once more be front and center on February 2nd when the awards show is broadcasted live. In addition to host, producer Noah will be a producer and a nominee. And that's a wrap for today's segment of Quick Morning. Don't go anywhere, viewers. We'll be right back tracking the top headlines and biggest stories from across the globe, only on Republic TV.